Good morning and welcome to build day 22. And I think it's fitting we open the vlog with Kaylee, because Kaylee's doing breakfast of the day. Leftover hamburger patty, some shredded cheese, slightly nuked to get the chill off of it, and then some pedigree dry dog food mixed all together. There's your breakfast of the day. So that's done and out of the way. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock and I'm just getting out here. And last night during wrap up, I mentioned about this black pipe. Trying to figure out where the hell it came from. God, I was out of it. We had it in the planter here. We used to hold open the front door. I took that out when I put the power box in, so I'm the one that put it there, not Sue. Whoop. Excuse me, Kaylee, I forgot something. Gotta fix a blow up on top of the tent. The little kitty's paw likes to, when it's windy and the thing's unplugged, it likes to deflate and get sucked in toward the fan. And the only way to get it out is to use a pipe. Today's docket, we're going to be working on the graveyard, and you can see down, well, maybe you can see, I don't know, down the back of the mausoleum. I got all the wiring and stuff hanging down. I got to get in here and get the wiring for the urns taken care of today, and then finish setting up as far as I can the mausoleum. I do not have all the graveyard stuff out here. I watched day 21 vlog this morning, and or day 21 from last year. Just I was trying to gauge, how far we were this year compared to last year, and what have you. And I mentioned about going through putting some of the miscellaneous stuff up, and some of it was in the graveyard. I saw some items I don't have out here yet, so I need to find those items and get them out here. So I just might wait till I run across them eventually. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to be working graveyard today. Right now, Katie wants to move the truck. I got to get the truck out of the way. We're going to be working graveyard today, see if we can get that finished. So on to it we go. Okay, time to report some epic failure and a total waste of time. My boxes. I went through and ran my main power line starting from this corner all the way around to here. Okay, and as I did so, I hooked up this light box first, it got hooked up there, then this one, then these two, and so on as I worked my way around. I got my train transformer out, which is strong enough to power all the LEDs in the chain hall. Okay, it's, so it should handle this stuff, no problem. Came in, hooked it up, turned it on, and everything is dead except for that one. That's the only one that's lit and working. Everything else is dead. So I figured, okay, there's something going on. I'll start with the basics. I figured, okay, I'll start here. And I redid my connections. And I got that white one to turn on. Okay, so I think, okay, maybe there's something wrong with that box. And I'm down here and I'm looking out of the corner of my eye. I noticed that one, which was on, is now off. This one's on, that one's off. No idea what the hell's going on. There's a short or something somewhere. So I figured, okay, I went out and got some new wire. Totally brand new wire, nothing wrong with it. I double checked it and everything. And I hooked up the train transformer, and this time I started here. Made my connection up there. That one came on, that one stayed off. I move over here to do this connection, made my connection. Both of these stayed off, and that one went off. So now both of these are off. And it's like, what the flying? I have no idea what's going on. So in the off season, when I yank these boxes out, I'm going to go through and test the LEDs again to see what the hell's going on. But there is something, I don't know what, because when I made these, I make my own LEDs. In other words, I solder the resistors on and what have you. Yeah, the resistors, the wire leads, and everything. And once I do that, I test each one to make sure everything's working and whatever, so I don't waste my time installing them and having to rip them out. Everything worked. I got them installed into the boxes with their wiring and everything. Tested them again. Each box worked. I tested them one box at a time. I did not try testing them all hooked up together. Maybe that was my mistake. Maybe there is something wrong with the wiring. I don't know. I am not sure what the hell is going on. All I know is that the way they're set up, using, it hurts to bend, using these style of connector. That's the connector I use. When I connect these, either the connector makes connection or it doesn't. So there is a chance, you know, a 50-50 chance when I clamp these on that the circuit's not going to work. Since each one of these runs has these connectors from the box to wire up to this box and then up, I've got 3 spots that it could fail. You know, 50% chance it could fail. But having every one of them, almost 100% failure, no. Usually when I do these, when I do up a whole display, when I put my lighting in and do up a whole display, when I turn the power on, I might have one LED out of 30 or 40, you know, between spots and floods. Like my largest display, I've got probably 15 to 20 spots aimed at certain items, like the witch's display with all the bottles and everything, and maybe 8 or 9 floods in there, you know, for general lighting, you know, for certain areas. When I hook up power to that, I'll have maybe two lights out of all those that aren't working because these have failed. Okay? Coming in here, wiring this up and seeing everything dead except for one, I don't know what the hell's going on. I have no idea. So, what we are going to end up having to do, because I need those boxes lit up, I'm going to have to try to rig up something up here with a spot, probably up there on the top, that I can shine down here to at least get rid of some of the shadow. I'll have to mess with that when I get into lighting. But that's going to have to wait until I get into lighting. I am done messing with this. I am moving on. Now I've got some stuff here I need to get put into places. I got the gargoyles. I've got this mess out here. It's time to finish out getting the props in, and I'll screw with lighting when I get into stage 3. I've had it. I wasted 3 hours, almost 4 hours last night, getting all these installed with the wiring and everything around, and then having this happen today, it just got me pissed. I need to get away from the wiring. I'm done with it. But anyway, there's an epic failure for you. RAM screwed up, RAM failed somehow. It's happy hour. Tonight's drink, mint julep. Mint leaves, superfine sugar, seltzer water, crushed ice, Kentucky bourbon, whiskey. Here we go. We're going to go down south tonight. Okay, people. It's going on about 7:30. Almost 8 o'clock. In between 7:30 and 8. Sometime. Graveyard, we just finished. Finally. It took all day. And I spent most of the time, I spent about a little over an hour, maybe 2 hours this morning, screwing around with those damn urn boxes on the mausoleum. It's had me in a pissed off mood all day. Before we finally said the hell with it. But we've done some rearranging in here. We went and moved Mike Allen's, the coffin guy's coffin over, and then we brought the Celtic cross over here, which is animated. It has a skull on a reindeer motor that travels around in a circle on there, and then Gargi. And then I decided to put the steer's head over here too. It needed something up high. Elder Watson went ahead and stuck a hand out of it. Kid will be messing with that one. In the mausoleum, I got my skeletal flamingos out. So they're underneath the tri-pack of urns. We also got the chandelier going. Not going, but installed. And then down here, we got the ceramic gargoyles in, flanking the big urn. Now over here, we rearranged this one too. We got the other coffin with a hand sticking out of it from Mike Allen there. And I put our obelisk in here, and I know the dog's sitting backwards at the moment. That obelisk rotates. So we got that. The one that took all the time, now we put another light box in down there, is this one. This is all pneumatic in here. Oh, not all of them, but this one is pneumatic when it activates. Let's see if I can do it one-handed here. Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't help I'm sitting here holding this damn light in my hand. So let's get it out of Ram's hand. Now I can manipulate things a little bit better. But it rides on a shuttle. Here we go. I'm grabbing the wrong part. And opens up to reveal a Skelly in there, whose eyes light up. And then it travels back. We did the rest of our pet cemetery here with Bowser. Got Sassy and Suki's tombstones out. Those were other dogs. Sassy was the dog that we had prior to Kaylee, and Suki was my first dog I ever had. Then we moved the 3 tombstones that were over where the Celtic cross was over here. I did spend a good couple hours in the shop fixing Morgan's mechanism. So that thing, when it's hooked up, will sit up and then lay back down. And then we got the sheet ghost on my grandparents' tombstone. I'm going to have 4 air blasters in there. I'll shoot a blast of air up, make the sheets, flutter up. So we've got that. This is basically your graveyard. Sue Ann was out here today and went over and got everything that needed black, painted black, and she did the legs on the screen. I did not have her do the screen frame itself because I was concerned it might show through the fabric on the screen. So, and we still got to get the screen in, but that's closer to setup. But that's as far as we've gotten so far. Grab my flashlight. I am going to get started. I will not get finished, but we're going to get started on the witch. I've got to put a piece of plywood in here to protect Witchy Poo a little bit. We've got the fireplace to put in and get assembled. That takes a while to do, and I might start working on that and then finish it tomorrow. And then we've got the 3 sisters here that we need to get put in, plus a chest for, not chest, but tote full of junk that goes witch or grave or gypsy, and we'll probably funky around with that a bit. So witch is the next display, folks. Okay, just a little bit after 9. We made it out and got the fireplace together. And all the wires for it are right there on the ground. Both the pilasters, that one and that one, plus the lintel and the chimney all have LED lights in them, and that's where I hook them all up at. But we got that in, and it does obscure the door. I talked to Sue. We still have hay to put in, which is back there, and we have some pumpkins back in that area that we need to haul out. Not going to be able to get the wagon or the wheelbarrow through that gap with the fireplace there, but we knew that was going to happen. Technically, I could probably close that door now. We don't have any really big things other than those two, the hay and the pumpkins to bring out. I like having access. It's more of a direct access to my shop. I don't have to go running through the house every time I need something in the shop. So I'll probably just leave it open. And then when we do the hay, I'll just park the wheelbarrow here, and we'll walk back there, get the hay and load it, have to haul it a little bit. We can do the same thing with the pumpkins. I still have Witchy Poo to go in. She's going in that corner. I gotta get temporary roof over her. And we got the Three Sisters to do. Once we get that done, I might move something over from the gypsy display to kind of fill holes. I think I've got room right here. I will have room right there for the bookshelf in here. Then we got a couple of pictures to hang, and then we've got all the stuff in the chest that needs to go out too, or tote. That will be tomorrow. So Kaylee and I are calling it quits. We're ready to go in the house, huh? Okay. Anyway, stay tuned for your end of the day wrap up. Okay, Kaylee's doing the wrap up. She wanted to be on Daddy's left side because she knows I hold the camera on my right, which means I can't love her up while we're sitting here chit-chatting on the wrap up. Interesting day today. I'm still frustrated and pissed off about those urn boxes in the mausoleum. I have no idea what the hell is going on with them. I have no idea why I hook them all up and only one is coming on, and as soon as I get a second one to come on, the first one goes out. I want to think there's a short someplace, but I have no idea where or what would cause it to act like that. Especially the first time I did it, there's 8 panels in there that have those boxes in it. Panel number 1 is where the power comes in at. And the first time it was panel number 4 that had the light on. And when I was messing around with it, I got one to come on in panel number 3. But panel number 4 went out. The second time I started running rerunning the power line with a fresh, brand new cord, I had one in panel 1 come on, and I ran it over to panel number 2, got nothing, hit panel number 3 and had one come on there, and I went back to panel number 1 and that one had gone out. Now I have no idea what the hell is causing the problem. No idea whatsoever. It is just weird. I have never had that happen before. It's got to be something in the wiring and not my connectors. So I am not sure what the heck is going on. It's something I'm going to have to mess around with this winter. Again, we'll have to revisit those little boxes. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'll get them down my shop bench and I'll just hook them all up all together. On my bench, when they're not installed. That way, if I have the same problem, I can, mess around with connectors and wiring and everything else and see what the hell's going on. But it's almost like there's some sort of weird short going on. But anyway, I can sit there and gripe about that for the rest of the evening. You guys don't want to hear that. The graveyard, we spent some time in the graveyard. I had the entrance to the graveyard finished. We went through and got the stuff up in the mausoleum, the chandelier, the pillars with the gargoyles, the fence, and the little bone flamingos. And then went out and got the exit portion of the mausoleum, that area done. Got the light boxes in. Then we went to start doing the actual graveyard itself. And things just weren't working too good. We had too many big tombstones in there, and the area wasn't big enough to support them. So we had to play musical chairs a little bit. We redid the entrance and the exit to the mausoleums, moved things around, and I was looking at tonight on the, after we came back from parking the truck, moving the truck. Kaylee likes moving the truck. That's one of her jobs. And she knows when it's time to do it, too, don't you, sweetie? Huh? You know. But anyway, I was looking at the entrance display for the mausoleum, and I got that steer's head in there. We ended up moving the toe pincher coffin over to the left to fit in the Celtic cross. I didn't mess with the skull, and I was looking at it tonight. The skull needs to be, now that everything's realigned, needs to be moved over and more centered on the wall. That's a quickie little thing. I just got to take the screw out and put the screw back in. Or take the screw out, move it over, and put the screw back in. I'll do that first thing tomorrow morning. Take a couple of seconds to do. But anyway, we did get the graveyard all the way set up. Tonight, after we finished that, we got over into the witch's display, and I got the fireplace set up, which helped clean up that area because we had pieces of that fireplace all over the place. Now it's together and tied to the walls and tied to the tent. That tent ain't going nowhere. The chimney alone on that fireplace is, I want to say 75 pounds, 80 pounds. The mantle is about 40-45 pounds. The pilasters, a good 25 pounds each. So there's another 50 pounds. So that fireplace weighs 200-300 pounds. That corner of the tent is not going anywhere with it all tied in. But anyway, we got that done. It cleaned up the area a little bit. I can kind of take a look at things a little bit better now. For tomorrow, we got to get temporary roof in for Witchy Poo, get Witchy Poo put together. She's a quickie. The Three Sisters, on the other hand, another Costco prop. And I think probably about the worst out of the lot. The framework for the Three Sisters is fairly simple, fairly straightforward. Their costuming, on the other hand, each witch has like 4 or 5 different pieces to them. You got 3 of them. You got 15 different little pieces of costuming that you have to get onto these dang things. And it takes forever. Whoever designed the costuming for that prop sucked. I spent more time fricking around with the costuming than I do with anything else. But anyway, we got that to do. We've got to get some detail type stuff done in there too. Get that tote emptied out, and then we'll just kind of go from there. We'll get the witch done tomorrow. No problems. And something will probably come up, and it'll take me all day. Anyway, stay spooky, stay dark.